I've been standing at the edge of all the things I couldn't keep. Every promise turned to static, every night refused to sleep. There were voices in the distance calling out what I could be, but the noise of hesitation built a cage around me.
Still the ground beneath the dam started shifting bit by bit, like the cracks inside the surface couldn't hold the weight of it.
Even silence has a breaking, even fear can lose its hold. This is the last sound before the light, the moment just before it turns. Every doubt that tried to drown us is the reason that we burn. This is the last sound before the light, when the darkness comes undone. Every step we thought was wasted leads us to what we've become. We've become. City breathing through the caves, neon dripping down the rain. Every window holds a story, every heartbeat hides a flame.
There's a rhythm in persistence, you can hear it if you stay in the quiet in between, where the night gives way to day.
And the ones who keep on moving through the weight of every scar are the ones who turn the broken into something more than they are.
Nothing real is ever fragile when it's built against the fall.
This is the last sound before the light, the moment just before it turns. Every doubt that tried to drown us is the reason that we burn. This is the last sound before the light, when the darkness comes undone. Every step we thought was wasted leads us to what we've become. We've become. Let the sky collapse in echoes, let the oceans test the shore. There's a strength in quiet fighters, stronger than the loudest war.
Every voice that once was shaken now is rising through the noise. Every soul that stood in silence now is louder than the voice.
Hear it now in the distance, feel it now breaking through. Every heartbeat, every fracture, turning into something new.
Every doubt is losing power, every fear is losing ground. Every moment we kept breathing is the reason for this sound.
I was holding on to nothing, nagged memory thing. Every memory a shadow, every hope a fragile string.
Then I felt the shift inside me, like the night began to bend. All the pieces I was hiding found a way to start again.
This is the last sound before the light. Now the silence disappears. Every wound that tried to break us built the strength that brought us here. This is the last sound before the light, and the world begins to see every step we thought was ending was the start of what we feel we become. Morning breaks across the skyline, gold across the glass and wire, and the sound we thought would fade becomes a rising choir.
We were shadows on the pavement, barely leaving any trace, just reflections in the windows of a world we couldn't face. Every plan felt like a question, every answer fell too far. We were tracing broken constellations, trying hard to find a star.
I remember empty pockets full of things we couldn't say, carrying the weight of maybe through another borrowed day.
But even silence has a fracture, even doubt can lose its shade.
Now the city learned our names from the echoes we created. Every step we took in darkness left a path illuminated. Now the city learned our names from the battles we survived. Every moment we kept breathing is the reason we arrived.
The subway roars beneath the surface, like a pulse we couldn't stop. Every stranger holds a universe, balanced at the edge of thought. There's a girl inside a cafe, writing futures in a book, crossing out the ones that scared her every time she dared to look.
There's a boy out on the highway, driving faster than his past, trying not to check the mirror, hoping this time it will last.
Nothing built in quiet courage ever disappears in vain.
Now the city learned our names from the echoes we created. Every step we took in darkness left a path illuminated. Now the city learned our names from the battles we survived. Every moment we kept breathing is the reason we arrived.
Let the skyline crack and thunder, let the rivers flood the streets. There's a rhythm in persistence that refuses to retreat. Every voice that once was trembling now is louder than before. Every soul that stood in silence is a force you can't ignore.
Hear it now,
In the engines in the air,
feel it now, like it's everywhere.
every doubt collapsing inward, every fear dissolving slow, every piece we thought was broken turns to something we can hold. I was holding on to fragments like they meant I wouldn't fall. Every memory a shadow, every shadow growing tall.
But I felt the ground beneath me start to answer back my steps, like the world was finally listening to the promises we kept.
Now the city learned our names, and it's calling out in chorus. Every road that tried to stop us now is opening before us. Now the city learned our names, and the skyline understands. Every dream we thought was distant to the promises we kept.
Morning kinds of glass and steel, gold across the wires and lanes.
And the city that once ignored us now remembers all our